Yeah! Oh, hey. You know what? It's game review time. No! Hello.
Name withheld!
Your dumb, pathetic cousin with a go-nowhere job lives here now, so everything in the garage is down here now. Sorry. Well, time to move everything upstairs. Alright, time to play a game. What should I play? Guess I'm playing my PS3. How about Infamous?
Selection.
How about Ratchet and Clank All for One?
Selection.
That game sucks anyway. Okay, Black Ops.
Selection.
You know what? Fine. Okay, what should I play then? Back to the Future? Back to the Future on the PlayStation 3. It's definitely way better than the shitty NES and Genesis versions, but still, I've only played the game twice, and I don't remember it being too bad. There are a total of 5 episodes that you play on this game, and the reason for this is because originally there were 5 DLCs on the PlayStation Store, and when the game came out on a disc, they put all 5 episodes on there. I think they just should have combined all 5 episodes into one game on one disc. This may sound weird, but this menu is great. The cool effect with the Back to the Future logo and the DeLorean next to the Twin Pines Mall, it's great, you know, you just get the feel of Back to the Future. Anyway, on with the game. You click on New Game and you hear that classic Back to the Future music, unlike on the NES version where this crap mess plays as music. One thing that's different is that this is not based off the original trilogy of Back to the Future. The game starts with the dream that Marty has in 1986 of that scene in Back to the Future outside the mall, except Doc starts disappearing and Marty wakes up. Then you see the classic Back to the Future title and the story begins. So one day the time machine appears in front of Doc's house with Einstein in it.
Where you come from, boy?
One thing I can say to start out is that this game is a major disappointment. When this game first came out, I was like, hell yes, finally, a good Back to the Future game, probably.
But the whole game is walking around and talking and clicking on stuff by pressing X. Yeah, fun, right?
No actual action in the game.
As for these graphics, they look really childish and dull. I mean, look at Einstein, he looks terrible.
What kind of trouble is Doc in, Einie?
Even though the graphics are childish, there's a lot of language in this game.
You're gonna see some serious shit.
So it's not really a kid's game. So after finding the time machine, you go back in time to the 1930s to save Doc after finding a newspaper of his murder in some old lady's house. You get there, and I think Times Square is really well replicated in this game, except the people and cars look like shit and the controls are complete ass. So yeah, Doc is in jail. When you find him, you can see how scary his face is.
They're releasing me.
After a while of useless talking, he finally tells you how to break him out.
You have to find his younger self to get him to make a rocket drill to break older Doc out.
To transact.
Apparently that's the best way to break him out.
Okay, what the fuck is wrong with these controls? Wow, really? Now look at this. Marty walks like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. You know what? I can't stand this game. Just walking around looking for where to go. And this game makes you walk back and forth a lot. You also meet Marty's grandpa, and he's a huge wimp. And you find the young Emmett, who's an insecure little prick that probably gets 13 daily beatings. The new characters in this game are so dull. Look at this guy.
Okay. Hey,
He won't talk? Yeah, I'll make him talk.
The kitchen's for management only, rummy.
Whoa!
You know what's also pathetic about this game? How Marty talks to himself all the time.
I'll just show up the day before and get him out. I hope you know what you're doing, Doc.
Oh, and the most pathetic thing of the game is the fact that I'm playing this game. All you do is click stuff like Freddy Fish. And I'd rather be playing that right now. After you build the Galo rocket, you find out that Doc has been moved to a new jail. So you use the rocket to make a rocket-powered bike and you fly.
Kids, don't try this at home.
This isn't even realistic or possible. Just walking around this truck grabbing stuff and trying to free Doc. And why is Biff's grandpa the driver? Anyway, you find supplies around the outside of the truck, like you would really actually find the correct supplies to free him. And what the hell am I even supposed to do? Then Biff Tannen's good little grandpa attempts to kill you. Oh crap, like he wouldn't fall off that? Then you eventually save Doc, and that's the end of our story. Not really. There are still 4 more episodes.
I'm left for dead on the steps of the Hill Valley Courthouse last night.
In episode 2, you're still in 1933, but Marty starts to disappear because Marty fucked up the space-time continuum and caused his grandfather's death. The beginning of this episode is you get in trouble with a stupid little cop, and as much as I would rather run him over, you just escape and go back a few days earlier to save your grandpa.
What was that?
The next adventure begins.
There are way too many restrictions in this episode. You can't run into your past self that's here. You can't run into young Emmett, and you can't run into your grandpa. Basically, episode 2 is about saving your grandpa. End of story. And now forget about episode 3 because that's just a bunch of shit. In episode 4, Marty is in Hill Valley with Doc because an old lady of Hill Valley says that Marty caused Doc to go insane. How is this anything like Back to the Future? What the hell is even going on right now? Marty's mom is also in the mental institution.
So, have you found Mom yet?
Not yet. You wouldn't believe how many cameras they've got around here.
How did Telltale Games ever get the rights to this?
In the final episode, you have to stop Doc.
Yeah, Doc says that inventions caused him to go crazy, so he tries to quit science for no reason except for being an idiot. This game makes no sense at all. I'm done with this shit-tastic epidemic. The good. It uses familiar Back to the Future themes such as the classic logo, classic music, and the to be continued logo after every episode. The bad. It's a bunch of shit. The walking, the doing nothing, the shitty dialogue, it's all ass, and it's nothing like Back to the Future. And the ugly, the crappy graphics are so childish. Now I give Back to the Future a 3 out of 10. It's playable, but when you think about it as a Back to the Future game, it's terrible. In the game's defense, there are way worse Back to the Future games like Back to the Future 3 on the Sega where you can barely even beat the first level, and Back to the Future on the NES, which is definitely nothing like the movie. But the thing I think I hated the most was it wasn't even based off the movies, and they could have done so much better. But what can you do? The game is done.
There's no way I will never play another film-based PS3 game ever again. Not a chance. What was that?
It's gonna be okay, do you understand me?
You don't seem afraid at all.
My name is Benjamin Linus.
Walt!
Who's on the plane?
We're gonna have to take the boy.
It's all bloody real!
You're gonna die, Charlie.
You gotta be kidding me.